On a rain-lashed battlefield, Daichi fell to his knees with a blade through his back, held by his best friend, Tsubasa.
Tsubasa, why?
In the instant before death, their shared past shattered into 1,000 broken memories. Then, impossible silence. Daichi gasped awake in his academy dorm, clutching his chest. No wound.
The mirror reflected a boy I hadn't been in 10 years, with eyes burning like molten embers.
A faint whisper sliced through the silence, not from the room, but from somewhere deep underground.
Voices, many voices, distant and ethereal, like blades singing from a forgotten grave.
They called his name over and over, growing louder, more insistent, until the very air vibrated.
Every cursed weapon the village had ever sealed, they're reaching for me.
He stumbled into the hallway, the whispers now a chorus, pulling him toward the village vault. That night, under a razor-thin moon, Daichi slipped past the guards into the forbidden village vault. Inside, the air hummed. Legendary katana, dozens of them, rested on ornate stands, each radiating an eerie chakra glow.
They've been waiting for someone who can hear them, waiting for me.
A voice like crackling embers surged through his mind. You hear us? Finally.
I can understand you. What are you?
The spirit's fire flared. The first blade tamer in a century. Claim me, and I will cut through any future you wish to change. Daichi's fingers closed around the hilt. The blade's fire washed over him, painless, as if recognizing its true master.
Then, let's change it. I won't let anyone control my future, or my friends.
The katana's fire shrank to a calm orange glow along the edge, and a system-like chime echoed in his skull. Blade Tamer lineage unlocked.
One down. Now I need to know what the others know about the betrayal before history repeats.
2 days later, the academy graduation exam began under a flawless sky. Daichi stood among the candidates, his wooden sword light at his hip, but inside he carried a decade of war.
I know every drill, just enough to place where I need to be on his team.
His movements were precise, never flashy but flawless. Soromaru-sensei's eyes narrowed, watching the red-haired boy who moved like a seasoned shinobi. When the assignments were posted, Daichi's heartbeat stuttered. Team 7, Daichi, Tsubasa, Suki. Instructor, Soromaru.
Hey, we made it together. This is going to be awesome, Daichi.
And with me too. We're gonna be the strongest rookie team ever.
That same smile, I saw it before the blade pierced my heart, but right now, he's just a boy who doesn't know.
Daichi forced a grin and clapped Tsubasa's shoulder. His voice came out steady, but the lie tasted like ash. Later, alone on an empty training field, Daichi drew his hidden flame katana. Its orange glow painted the dusk, reflecting his warring resolve.
I won't let you fall, Tsubasa. This time I'll cut the strings before they even touch you.
That same night, Daichi slipped back into the vault. The flame katana had shown him the way, but now the other blades called with urgent whispers.
You sensed something too, didn't you? Tell me what you know about the future that's hunting him.
The ice katana's spirit flickered into form, its voice a frozen hiss. Beware, Tamer. A puppeteer pulls strings you cannot yet see, weaving a blade that will one day pierce your heart.
Puppeteer. So I was right. Tsubasa's not the real enemy. He's just the weapon.
Days later, during a forest training exercise, Daichi's instincts flared mid-spar. A presence lurked just beyond the tree line. High in a gnarled oak, a shadowed female figure crouched. Her gaze fixed not on Daichi but on Tsubasa, who laughed obliviously below.
Good one, Suki. But not fast enough, Daichi, you watching?
He has no idea. That watcher, I felt a familiar signature. It's the same chakra I sensed during my future memory.
He formed a silent hand seal, then launched himself upward through the branches. But when he landed on the perch, only swaying leaves remained.
Whoever you are, you slipped away this time, but now I know you exist and I won't let you claim him.
In the vault's deepest alcove, a cursed blade pulsed with a sickly violet light, its spirit weeping forgotten blood. Its voice crawled through his skull. Touch me, Tamer. I will peel back the skin of memory and show you what even your death could not see.
Show me the betrayal, but let me witness the truth behind his eyes.
A torrent of rain and agony flooded his mind. There was Tsubasa, but his eyes glowed blankly blue, puppet strings jerking his arm forward.
A puppet jutsu. He never wanted to kill me. I've been fighting a shadow while the real enemy pulled his threads.
He began tracking the shadow every dusk. A female silhouette high in the oaks, her chakra a cold void that scattered crows at his approach.
Every time, feathers and silence. She's toying with me, but I'm getting closer.
One twilight, he saw the shadow stretch behind Tsubasa again, a ghostly spider lily crest flickering on her sleeve before she dissolved into the dark.
A clan crest. The Yatagarasu. This isn't random malice, it's a bloodline vengeance that's been waiting for years.
Back in the vault, Daichi lit 12 candles before his growing ring of blades, an oath to tear every string and unmask the puppeteer, no matter the cost. 3 months passed. Daichi's name crowned the Chunin exam board, his rise unmatched among the new generation. The village watched the red-haired prodigy with awe.
Daichi, you're insane. I always knew you'd be the first of us. But don't think you'll leave me behind. I'll catch up. Just watch. And no matter what happens out there, I'll always have your back. You know that, right?
Those exact words, that was his voice right before the blade drove into my spine. She's already planted them.
Daichi's body went cold. Past the laughing crowd, a silhouette melted into the shadow of a bell tower, a spider lily mark flickering on a sleeve before it vanished.
She's conditioning him in real time. That phrase is a sleeper trigger. She's setting the command to fire years from now.
He forced a tight smile, clapped Tsubasa's shoulder, and let the team drag him toward a celebration feast. Inside, a countdown had begun.
Every day I wait, she weaves more threads. I can't confront her openly without proof he'll believe, but I can prepare a snare.
Later, he watched Tsubasa's window from the darkness, seeing his friends sleep unaware. The spider lily shadow was nowhere, but her poison was already in his veins.
I'll find every phrase, every hidden command, and when she comes to trigger them, I'll be the steel that cuts her strings.
He rifled through dozens of scrolls until one, tucked behind a loose stone in the oldest vault, stopped his heart.
Kugutsu no Jutsu, puppet technique. This is the very jutsu that turned Tsubasa into a weapon.
The script described a technique passed down among the women of a fallen clan, a form of kinjutsu that implanted commands like seeds.
The scroll mentions a female caster within Tsubasa's own lineage, not just a random enemy, someone who shares his blood.
Diagrams showed chakra threads binding a subject's will, their eyes becoming glassy mirrors of the caster's intent.
That blank stare, it matches the vision from the cursed blade. The betrayal was never his choice.
He studied the scroll further, but the caster's name was scratched out, replaced with only a title, the Spider Lily.
So the puppeteer is a woman of his clan, but who? An aunt? A sister? I've never heard Tsubasa speak of any female relative.
He rolled the scroll carefully, a cold resolve settling in his chest. The hunt had a face now, just not yet a name.
I'll find her, and when I do, I'll cut every thread she's ever spun.
He found an excuse to visit Tsubasa's home, studying for a team strategy test. The invitation gave him the cover he needed.
Come on. My place is just around the corner. You'll finally meet my sister, Kade.
The door slid open, and a young woman with long black hair smiled at them. Her voice was honeyed, but the air around her felt too still.
So you're the famous Daichi. Tsubasa talks about you constantly. Please, come in.
But as Daichi stepped over the threshold, all 12 of his dormant blades pulsed a silent warning through his chakra.
Her chakra. It's calm, gentle. Am I projecting my suspicion onto someone completely innocent?
Kaede poured tea, her movements graceful. Yet when she turned away, Daichi caught a flicker, a shadow behind her smile, there and gone.
No, the blades don't lie, but I can't accuse her without proof. I'll watch.
He forced himself to relax, sharing stories about team missions, while Kaede listened with an unreadable calm.
She's a blade I can't yet draw against. For now, I'll keep my edge hidden.
Team 7's first B-rank mission brought them to a forgotten battlefield, a scar of the last war where the dead still whispered. A rusted katana jutted from the earth began to glow. Its spirit tore into Daichi's mind, forcing the betrayal vision again. But this time, a voice rode the rain. A cold female whisper. Stab him now. The exact cadence Kaede used when pouring tea.
It's her, Kaede. Not suspicion, certainty. The puppeteer is his own sister.
He shook off the vision. Tsubasa and Suki stared at him, confused. They'd seen nothing.
I have to tell him, now, before she plants more lies. Tsubasa, in my vision, her voice. The puppet master is Kaede. She's been...
Stop it. Kaede raised me. You're just seeing nightmares from this place. Don't ever say that again.
He won't hear me. To him, she's family. I need proof he can't refuse, a recording of her own words.
As Tsubasa's footsteps faded, Daichi's hand tightened on his hidden katana. The hunt for a voice would begin tonight. That night, Daichi pressed himself into the shadow of Tsubasa's window, a chakra crystal cold against his palm. Kaede slid the door open without a sound. Her silhouette pooled over Tsubasa's sleeping form. She leaned close to his ear, her lips barely moving.
This is it, the moment I turn her voice into evidence.
He pressed the crystal to the glass. It vibrated, drinking in every cold syllable. The crystal pulsed, and her voice echoed within. When the time comes, you will not hesitate.
The exact trigger command. Now I hold the proof in my hand.
Kaede straightened, her cold smile flickering in the moonlight before she vanished back into the hall. Daichi melted into the trees, the crystal searing against his chest, a secret too explosive to speak aloud.
I have the truth, but if I reveal it carelessly, I'll lose Tsubasa completely. I need a plan.
In a narrow alley lit by a single lantern, Daichi blocked Kaede's path, hand already on his katana.
I heard you, Kaede, every word. When the time comes, you will not hesitate. Release him, now.
Kaede's cold laugh echoed off the walls. Release him? He is already mine. His will is my will.
You think a recording can break years of conditioning? This village murdered our parents? Tsubasa will be my instrument of revenge.
A flash of memory. A young Kaede kneeling in a dark room, clutching a bloodied family photo, her tiny eyes already burning with hatred. Daichi's red aura erupted, shattering the lantern. His fist shook with a rage that bordered on grief.
She's been this broken since childhood. Stopping her won't be enough. I have to save both of them.
He lunged, but Kaede dissolved into a flurry of crows. Her final whisper promised to turn Tsubasa's blade against him.
She holds every string. If I move too fast, Tsubasa becomes the weapon she wants. I need more than proof.
The midnight bell tolled. Daichi sheathed his blade, a new weight on his shoulders. He was now a general in a silent war for his best friend's soul. He retreated to the one place that felt like sanctuary, the vault. But tonight, the candles offered no comfort. 12 spirits flickered into form around him, their voices clashing like a storm. The flame katana roared. End the boy now. One life to prevent a war. It is mercy. The ice blade countered, its voice cracking. He is innocent. A sword is not guilty of its wielder's madness.
They want me to be his executioner. How am I supposed to look at Tsubasa's smile and see a threat?
The spirits argued on, but Daichi's heart became a battlefield. The future he came to save was slipping through his fingers.
Enough! I won't kill him, but I can't let her turn him either. I need a third path.
Silence fell. The spirits retreated into their blades, leaving only the faint hum of metal. He pressed his palm against the icy floor, a single drop of blood welling from a cut. The pain was the only thing that felt real.
I changed time itself to be here. There has to be a way to save him. I just don't see it yet.
At sunset, Tsubasa climbed the bell tower alone. Daichi was already there, staring at a horizon only he could see.
You've been pulling away for weeks. Every time I catch your eye, there's something dark there. What did I do?
He's sensing the weight. I can't lie, but I can't tell him his own sister is his curse. Not yet.
You look at me like I'm a ghost. Like I've already done something unforgivable. Please, Daichi, just talk to me.
I can't explain. Not now. But I made a promise to protect you, even from yourself, no matter what shadows come.
That almost sounded like a threat. But your eyes, I trust you. I just don't understand.
The words hung in the cooling air, a fragile thread binding them. Daichi's grip on the hilt was the only sign of the war inside.
He swallowed my half-truth. That promise might be the first crack in Kata's hold, but I need a real blade to sever it.
As the last light died, Daichi remained on the rooftop, watching Tsubasa disappear into the streets. The weight had not lessened, but it had direction.
I won't let her turn him, but I'm running out of time. I need to find a counter-jutsu or become strong enough to break every thread myself.
Back in the vault, Daichi unrolled the oldest scroll, its ink nearly dust. The spirit of the first sealed blade stirred. The ancient voice rasped. No jutsu can undo the threads. Only a soul-severing shock, a truth so sharp it cuts the strings from within.
A shock. So Tsubasa has to see it. He has to witness her voice commanding him and his own hands obeying.
He saw it clearly, a trap where Kaede's voice would hang in the air and Tsubasa would be forced to recognize the puppeteer's face.
But if it fails, he'll think I've gone insane. Or worse, I'll push him straight into her arms forever.
He knelt, pressing a talisman to the floor. The vow was silent. He would either free Tsubasa or lose him trying.
I'll need a sealed clearing, the crystal's playback, and bait Kaede can't ignore, a direct threat to her control.
He imagined the forest clearing, the barrier, and the moment when every lie would burn. It was a gamble that could shatter their world. But there was no other weapon left. The plan was madness, and it was the only bridge he had to reach his friend.
It's decided. I'll set the stage, and when she comes, I'll make sure Tsubasa sees every thread. No more hiding.
Before dawn, Daichi moved through the silver mist of the forest, pressing glowing talismans into the bark of ancient trees.
Each seal is a lock. Once she steps into this clearing, she won't leave until I let her.
Hours later, Tsubasa jogged into the clearing, carrying a training pack and a wide smile.
Sorry for the weird location. I wanted to try some advanced chakra drills without prying eyes. Just wait a little longer.
You've been acting strange, but training is training. What's first?
He still trusts me completely. That's why this has to work.
Earlier, a shadow message had slipped through the village, an anonymous warning. Tsubasa is in danger at the old shrine clearing. Now, in the clearing, Daichi felt the distant hum of a familiar cold chakra approaching. The trap was drawing its prey.
She's almost here. Stay calm. When the truth hits him, everything changes.
Daichi? You're scaring me a little. What's really going on?
A rush of cold wind announced Kaede. She landed inside the barrier, black robe swirling, and a cruel smile touched her lips.
Trapping me is futile. I'll strip your mind, Daichi, and then my little brother will paint this clearing with your blood.
Before Tsubasa could speak, her command sliced the air. When the time comes, you will not hesitate. His blue eyes drained to an empty glow. Tsubasa's right hand moved on its own. Drawing his katana, he turned mechanically to face Daichi, no recognition in his gaze. Daichi raised the chakra crystal. It flared, and the clearing filled with Agade's own recorded whisper. Stab him now. The blade stopped an inch from Daichi's chest. Tsubasa's arm trembled violently as tears slipped down his cheeks.
That voice, it's in my head. She's been inside me this whole time.
Obey me, Tsubasa. Kill the traitor who dares poison your mind. The command is absolute.
Tsubasa screamed, caught between her will and the shattering truth. His katana clattered to the ground, his hands clutching his skull.
Tsubasa, listen to me. You're not her puppet. Remember my promise. I'll protect you even from yourself. Fight!
Two voices, one cold, one warm. both claiming to be the truth. I have to choose.
Obey me. I made you. Without me, you are nothing, just a hollow shell I filled with my will.
You are my best friend, Tsubasa, not her weapon. Remember who you were before she poisoned you. Remember us.
Inside his mind, the puppet strings stretched and snapped. One by one, they broke with a sound like cracking ice.
I am nobody's puppet. I won't hurt my friend.
Cade recoiled as her jutsu shattered. Dark energy splintered along her arms, and a guttural cry tore from her lips.
Daichi, I'm sorry. I almost know I would have. I'm so sorry.
His eyes, bright and free of any shadow, found Daichi's. The strings that had bound him for years were finally gone. But Kaede's fury ignited. Black tendrils erupted anew, and she lunged toward them both, determined to finish what she started. Daichi's hand closed around his katana hilt. The blade sang a clean, piercing note ready to sever every last thread. Kaede screamed, "You'll both die!" And from her body erupted a monstrous tide of shadow, forbidden ninjutsu feeding on her hate.
I've been saving this for her. Every blade, every pact, answer me now.
Daichi stretched his arms wide, and 12 legendary katana ripped from their sheaths, rising in a blazing ring around him.
Blades, assist, let's sever the threads that bound him.
The spirits roared, fire, ice, lightning, and the air sang with the voices of every cursed weapon he had tamed. Tsubasa, trembling but unbroken, felt something ancient stir. A sword of pure blue chakra ignited in his hand, his own will given form.
I won't stand behind you. This time, I fight beside you.
Red and blue auras fused as they charged, 12 blades swarming around them like a storm of steel. Their combined force crashed into Cad's darkness, and the clearing detonated in a clash of chakra that shook the forest.
Together, we're rewriting fate. Hold on, Tsubasa. We're ending this now.
The 12 blades spun faster, weaving a cage of steel and chakra around Kade, slicing through every shadow tendril before it could regrow.
I won't become a killer like her. I'll stop this without another corpse.
Tsubasa saw his opening. With a cry that held years of stolen will, he drove his blue chakra blade through her last dark shield, disarming her. Kaede crashed to the ground, her shadows disintegrating. Her jutsu was broken permanently as the backlash drained every drop of her stolen chakra. Daichi stood over her, his flame katana raised. The clearing held its breath. Then, slowly, he lowered the blade.
This ends here. No more killing. You'll answer for what you did, but not today. Not by my hand.
Kaede's glare flickered. Something unreadable surfaced before her head fell forward, exhausted and empty of malice. The barrier talismans flared, wrapping Kaede in glowing restraints. She was bound, powerless, and broken.
She was a victim of hate before she became its vessel. Maybe one day she'll understand mercy.
Daichi, you could have killed her. Why didn't you? After everything. I could have killed you. If that crystal hadn't played my own voice back at me.
You never did, Tsubasa, and you never will. I trust you.
A sob broke from Tsubasa's chest, not of guilt, but of liberation. The last shard of Kade's shadow left his eyes.
He knew everything. The future, the betrayal, and still chose to save me.
We changed it. The future where your blade pierced my back, it's gone.
Daichi pressed his forehead to Tsubasa's, a silent vow that the nightmare was finally over.
Thank you for never giving up on me. I'll prove your trust was right.
This is why I regressed. Not for hate, but for him, for this.
In another timeline, they would have been enemies. Here, under the open sky, they were brothers again. Together, they walked out of the forest, leaving the chains of the past behind, ready for whatever dawn would bring. The next morning, Soramaru-sensei gathered Team 7 under the mission board. A new B-rank scroll had arrived.
We're assigned a retrieval mission near the river border. Suit up and meet at the east gate by noon.
Time to show the world our new Team 7. I've been practicing my sealing jutsu. Those scrolls won't know what hit them.
Tsubasa glanced at Daichi. No words passed, but the nod they shared was worth 1,000 promises.
I'll guard your back this time, Daichi. For real.
As they approached the east gate, Daichi's 12 sheathed blades hummed softly, a quiet chorus of gratitude.
Thank you. We didn't just tame blades, we tamed a future.
The morning light caught the katana, each a different radiant hue, as the gate framed them like a threshold to something new.
Let's go, you two! Our new record starts now!
3 fists came together, red, blue, pink, a promise that Team 7 would never break again. Weeks later, on the carved faces of the Hokage monument, Daichi sat alone, watching the village stir beneath a blood-orange sunrise.
Mind some company?
Not from you.
Thank you for not giving up on me. I don't think I'll ever fully understand what you saw, but I know you saved more than my life.
A sword is only as strong as the one who wields it. This time, we wield together.
They sat in comfortable silence as the sun climbed, the 12 sheathed blades on Daichi's back humming a quiet song of peace.
We tamed more than blades, we tamed a future that wanted us dead.
The ancient spirits whispered back, their voices now a chorus of trust, not warning. Daichi stood, extending a hand to Tsubasa. There was no longer a betrayer and a victim, only 2 friends with the same blade oath. And as they leaped down toward the waking village, Daichi's eyes glowed red, not with rage, but with the quiet certainty that whatever came next, they would face it together.